last thing I want to talk about. Fetterman is freaking the fuck out. Because it looks like, guys, I'm kind of hype. It looks like AOC is doing well. We'll look at AOC first, and then I got to show you what Fetterman's freaking out about.
Their new nominee for U.S. Senate, Troy Jackson, the former state Senate president.
He's not great. He's not terrible.
Will face off against five-term Republican Senator Susan Collins. Let's bring in former special assistant to President Biden, Megan. University poll, which shows New York lead over other.
Dude, this is fucking huge. Bernie Sanders isn't running. Yeah, come on, get the fuck out of here. Mark Kelly, not surprised. Gavin Newsom down. AOC front running is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Holy shit. 2028 Democratic primary polling. Where is this? Where is this? Where is this? Where is this? Because AOC was like at 7% before. July, June. I mean, she like never even broke 1%. And this is according to Morning Consult. Trump approval rating 45 to 53. GOP trust 12 over 12. Where is it? So Harris and Newsom. Harris all the way down here. Newsom's up here. AOC is gonna be. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude.
2028 Democratic candidates. But here's how she has talked about her political future. Take a listen.
They assume that my ambition is a title or a seat. And my ambition is way bigger than that.
She's so beautiful.
Just said in an interview that she thinks you are going to be the leading Democratic candidate for president in 2028. What's your response to that?
Dude, AOC versus JD Vance. Dude, imagine AOC calls JD a couch fucker.
He is. That's what I'll say.
She's fucking crazy. I love her. I love her.
Poll today is showing that you are the favorite amongst Democrats in 2028.
Well, I feel very deeply flattered and humbled.
Okay, so it's still early, but does the result of
the fact that she's not saying this, and this is why I think she was, I think part of this was why she voted for Iron Dome funding, because I genuinely believe that something would happen in the background when she voted in favor of Iron Dome funding to get her a seat in the Democratic Party, or at least with the established Democrats. And I think this is it. I think this is it. Like, holy shit. Yeah, AOC versus JD Vance would be a fucking sweep.
This poll surprise you? And how big a deal is Ocasio-Cortez leading more?
Huge. This is a huge deal.
Moderate candidates like former Vice President Harris and Governor Gavin Newsom.
We do not want Pete Buttigieg. This guy would fucking suck.
Is it a reflection of the progressive?
Republicans don't like Vance. No Republican likes Vance. He's a weak, limp-dicked loser who has no beliefs.
Momentum right now?
You know, I think a lot of it is name ID. I think a lot of it is her popularity within the party. The Democratic Party really wants a fighter. She is someone that has been fighting back on Trump and
the fact that she's mocking everyone in the lineup is amazing.
Republican policy.
Yeah, I would say she's mocking everybody except for... No, she is. I think Mark Kelly and Bernie are close seconds. Harris looks like she's faking it. Buttigieg doesn't look like he wants to be here. And Gavin looks like he wants to, like, think about if he was a Republican.
Since she's gotten into Congress. So I do think that does say a lot for this poll of where she stands. I'm not sure that this poll will be, a precursor to what is to come for 28. I think a lot of those people will start to surpass her when people start actually campaigning. And I'm not actually sure she wants to do it. I could see her more running for Senate. But look, this just shows Democrats want a fighter. And
God, dude, please run AOC. Please run. The fact she hasn't said no means like it's on the table for her.
She's out there fighting, and I think that is reflective in this poll.
So what could an Ocasio-Cortez-led Democratic ticket, Mara, what would that signal to independents and moderate Republicans? And with about 100 days or so until the midterms...
The more woke somebody is, the prettier they are. One of many reasons to be a woker.
When will 2028 candidates
That's why I'm so hot, chat.
right? That's to be seen. I do think that she is probably smart not to say that she's interested just yet. I think kind of waiting that out, waiting until the field narrows a bit, gets a little bit closer, gets past the midterms, and then I think we will see more people go ahead and start launching either, inquisitory committees and things of that nature. But I think for what it says to independents and those who are feeling,
I'll be a little disappointed if she doesn't run, but not upset.
in the Republican Party at least, who are feeling disenfranchised by what's going on in Trump world, I would say that it signals this dissatisfaction with the options we've had as of late, and feeling as though
Who, this woman on the right or
the leaders
AOC?
of both parties have not led us to a better tomorrow. And so we're looking for someone who is not only, as Megan pointed out, willing to fight, but someone who's going to come forward with ideas. At this stage, I do think the American people are just looking for somebody who wants to put a solution forward, one that can actually make a difference. And right now we're just hearing a lot of bickering and a lot of vanity projects and
AOC would kick the dick out of every limp dick Democrat in Congress right
a
now.
lot of hypocrisy and not a lot of action being done.
Okay.
This is why Fetterman's freaking the fuck out, by the way. Because AOC would immediately cut all aid to Israel. Dude, she would cut Israel with a fucking sharp axe.
Good evening. Hope you're having a great Saturday night.
Oh, I do not mean to be mean, but... Oh my God. Are we fucking serious? AOC. Like, one of the most beautiful women of all time played Among Us versus this? Holy fuck! Dude, you're ugly, Lara Trump.
Good evening. Hope you're having a great Saturday night.
Botox. You can see the Botox. Oh my God, she's so ugly.
Welcome back to My View. Well, we heard rumblings back in 2016.
Do people find this attractive?
The squad emerged in 2018.
Wokers, the wokers, the wokers, the woke squad. We love them all.
Emerged in 2018. Their momentum built under a weak administration in 2020. And now, as we approach the 2026 midterms, the far left flank of the Democrat Party appears louder than ever. Their socialist policies threaten the foundation of America's economy, public
Good.
safety, and common sense.
God, your hair looks so fried.
And yet, the liberal embrace of the radical, the controversial, and the anti-establishment has become the center of the midterm conversation.
Yeah, guess what? Trump ran on anti-establishment, and that worked.
That screen is going for and now dismissed that.
Here we go.
If you were speaking,
and also P. Hustle.
Yeah.
That was the big one.
Why the fuck are you on Fox if you're not going to just join the Republican Party? Just join the Republican Party already.
The guy in Maine.
Right.
God!
Someone like Sanders. Sanders really made his possible to win. And now he promoted him. And then after those terrible things started to emerge, defended that.
Yeah.
Pushed.
Fetterman is... No, dude, I don't think Fetterman was a plant. I think Fetterman had that aneurysm or that stroke and something clicked in his brain. He like lost IQ points.
And now dismissed that. That screen is going to Michigan. Now they're going to try to elect someone that's been incredibly
Brain damage makes you a Republican. Why do you think there were so many Republicans with lead poisoning?
Israel and
Right.
Essentially anti-American in a way. So socialism, that should be.
I want to cry thinking about Bernie Sanders. He worked his entire life to see the nation get worse. And at the end of his career, he's passing the torch off to AOC. He's passing it off to Mamdani. Like, God, dude. Bernie Sanders is the most American politician of all time. Maybe FDR is up there. But my favorite, like genuinely, if I could get a oil painting of Bernie on my wall, I would get an oil painting of Bernie on my wall.
The unacceptable view, in the Democratic Party, we all should be capitalists, and we should all agree that supporting Israel, but for me, calling them out, there's also been kind of like a double standard. People, whether it's Sanders or other people, they're allowed to criticize Democrats, and they can even create mass chaos, like in the main race. And
why does he look like a smash burger?
But when I call out the extreme ones, then that's when I have. I get the criticism, and I get that.
Yeah, because you're on Fox fucking News!
More controversial, like, why are you going on Fox? Or why are you going to support Israel? Like, that shouldn't be controversial. I'm going to have a conversation with anyone that's going to play it straight as you and Fox has. But no.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. And let me ask
Fox, which is funded by Israel.
you about that. You just brought up Israel, and
My childhood friend went from being pro Bernie to pro Trump. Like, how do you get there? Oh, actually, that's a really good point. Like, actually, that's a really good thing. It's because of populism. Bernie Sanders and Trump run on the same feelings, that they invoke the same feelings of the establishment is bad, we need to fix something, and we need to change it now. They are anti-establishment, pro-populism. One is just more left, and one is being able to be dictated by the right. Remember, Trump used to be a Democrat and used to be free healthcare Democrat. Like, and like tax the rich more healthcare Democrat. He has no views. Trump has zero views of himself. Bernie does. There's the big difference. There's a world where Trump was like a neo-lib Democrat that was pro-queer as our president. Like right now. Obviously, fascism got to him first, but if like those types of, that's why we need people like AOC, populist, good rhetoric, Mom Donnie, good rhetoric, populist. Remember George Washington sailed from Israel to found America to be Netanyahu's playpen? True. That's why you see so many people go from Bernie to Trump. There's a lot of Bernie voters who voted for Trump because of the way his populist rhetoric works. Remember, Bernie is the most publicly funded, without any outsourcing to a super PAC politician of all time. He has had the most public support financially than anybody else in the history of the United States. And this is why Democrats were so backing Hillary back in 2016. They did not want Bernie to win. If we had Bernie win, Trump would have never been elected. Trump would have never ran ever again and never would have won. There would have been all the issues that we're facing today wouldn't exist if Bernie was president in 2016. But Hillary, doing this shitty ass neo-lib bullshit that they did, went around, fucked with Bernie's being able to poll and get solid voting in, and then they lost because they provided nothing to the American people, and Trump did. Trump provided anti-establishment populist rhetoric that people liked. Bernie also gave that. I don't know, man.
And we saw recently that a majority of the Democratic caucus voted to end billions of dollars of aid to Israel. You were not one of those votes to end the aid, of course. Do you anticipate kind of this anti-Israel wing of the party to continue to grow as we get closer to the midterm elections?
Yes. Yeah. Thank fuck, man.
And do you think as well that the rise of these socialist style candidates who are very openly
socialism, good thing,
anti-Israel,
woke,
is motivating this shift away from the Jewish state? Or do you think that they are sort of the product of all of this?
Oh, that's been well underway. That's been well underway for a while. I mean, 2 years ago, I've said that actually it was July of 24. I was the only Democrat in my caucus that would interact and stand with the prime minister when he gave that joint address. And now I've said that I'm willing to be the last man standing, in the caucus to stand through Israel. And I don't think anybody realized how extreme it would go, that the Gaza war would continue. And then last year, I was the only.
So why are we not saying that this is a genocide?
Democrat that supported the Midnight Hammer. Right. And I think that's a fantastic thing, to bomb their nuclear facilities. And if they were left alone, they could have built a nuclear bomb by now. So that's isolated me, but I don't know why, because that every Democrat that I'm aware of said Iran can't ever acquire a nuclear bomb. That's not an
Trump cut off the nuclear deal for Obama.
Extreme view. Loving socialism that's an extreme view. Or if you think now you have personalities like Hassan Piker, where he.
Guys, I am the guys. I'm the largest Midwestern political streamer who's a trans woman that plays Overwatch that has not been officially condemned by Mom Donnie. Just saying. calling people who are pro-Palestine anti-Semitic. Yeah, anti-Zionism and anti-Semitism have been interchangeable or consequentially interlinked to present that kind of front. They want that kind of front.
He shows up and does Democrat events in his Mao pajamas, and he's praising people like Mao, who is responsible for the death of
No. Again, I do not like Hassan Spiker glazing of China. We do not like China.
40 million Chinese, and more.
But what about cutting off U.S. aid to millions of people across the globe that is going to result in over 30 million deaths?
Democrats are embracing him.
You seem to be slightly alone in a lot of these views when it comes to your party, and you've actually threatened, Senator, to leave the Democratic Party if it continues to move further and
Nobody gives a fuck, bro. Get the fuck out.
further away from Israel. And you have Republicans like Senate Majority Leader John Thune ready to welcome you with open arms. Is this something you are still actually considering? And how long do you actually give your fellow Democrats to change their tune?
No, you know, I very much like Leader Thune on a personal level, and it's not like we haven't had a conversation to be very clear. But you know, overall, yes, it is.
If you go, the thing is, he knows if he goes from Democrat to Republican, he will never win another election. Fetterman will never win an election as a Republican once. People will see that he's a fickless fucking loser, and this is why he's never gonna. I don't think Fetterman's ever gonna win another election. By the way, I think Fetterman knows that his time in office is done for, and that's why I think he's doing all this shit. Because once the next election comes, Fetterman is not winning ever again. You could literally run anybody, campaign anybody against Fetterman. It'd be the easiest thing ever. You could show that he's proven to be a fickless fucking loser that has no beliefs of his own.
Isolating. And now I hope there's not going to be another shutdown. You know, that isolated myself in the caucus, refused to shut our government down. You know, we used to be the Democratic Party that would always refuse to shut our government down. I don't care what parties.
Yeah, under Obama, dipshit, and under Biden, dipshit, there's differences to the issues
behind it. I'm always going to call it out, and it's the wrong thing. And if you do, the only one that loses is America, the government workers, and our reputation.
Well, I will say on behalf of many Republicans out there, I think we would love to have you as part of the Republican Party. I'm just throwing it out there, Senator.
I don't know if they would want me or not, but my whole family.
He knows for a fact he would never win again as a Republican. I don't think he is ever going to have a chance of winning again as a Democrat. I'm going to be honest. I just don't know. I don't think so.
And I think they love me.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do.
You know, maybe my dad's watching it. Well, but overall, you know, my criticism directed is at the extreme, and in my view, indefensible kinds of.
Yeah, this guy will be gone from politics. I defended this guy so fucking hard when he first got elected. I defended this guy non-fucking stop, man. The real trans issue is how beautiful you are. True, Zach. True. I'm a baddie. No, dude, I regret my endorsement of. Well, granted, like I think regretting endorsements is fine. Like I think that's a normal thing to do. But if you have to be able to say like, "Hey, I regret this endorsement." You have to be very, very clear with your ability to regret endorsements. I don't know, man. I fucking hate, man. I hate that guy. I regret. I think it's better to be openly regretting it than rather than being a stubborn and not wanting to admit it. Yeah, true. That's why I don't endorse Graham Plattner anymore. You're not wrong, chat.